in one of those matches that don't really make a lot of sense, but it needs to happen because it is a WrestleMania rematch. Even though it happened in a three-way, The Miz lost his Intercontinental Championship to Seth Rollins, and The Miz wants it back. He's only days away from breaking Pedro Morales' record of the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion in WWF history, and even though The Miz has a lot more reigns, and I think Pedro did it at only two, I think that, Miz deserves to be in that topic of conversation of being one of the top Intercontinental Champions of all time. I know that I made a video a few years ago. I can't remember if The Miz was in there, but I put Mr. Perfect, I put Bret Hart, Kerry Von Erich, the Texas Tornado, was a little bit of a surprise to me, but he's one of those guys that was Intercontinental Champion at a time when I was sort of noticing what the Intercontinental title really meant to wrestling. And I think that if I made that video again today, that he would be in that topic of conversation of moving in on becoming one of the best guys of all time. You got to be thinking about the Honky Tonk Man as well. Longest reign. Here we are sort of knocking The Miz for having so many reigns to be in that topic of conversation. But the Honky Tonk Man was the last real guy to hold that belt and hold on to it for a while. I mean, we've had guys come close, but not really be there. I mean, people were making the jokes about Santino Marella, but there was no way he held that title for over a year. When they were doing the whole Hunkameter gimmick, and they even brought in Honky Tonk Man, I think, for like a Cyber Sunday or a Taboo Tuesday, whatever timeline that really happened. Rollins looks like he's going to be having the championship right now. I will knock this match by saying that, especially with the ending of the Greatest Royal Rumble during that latter match, Rollins versus Balor is a match that I know is on a lot of house shows. I know that Rollins versus Balor, in my mind, is something that I really want to see. I think for them to have a sort of singles, babyface versus babyface match, a lot like the whole Finn Balor versus AJ Styles match that happened at TLC, where guys just go out there to find out who's the best wrestler is. Having the Intercontinental Championship above it could be really entertaining. Plus, I was sort of knocking WrestleMania and the Greatest Royal Rumble, two big shows where they highlight the characters as well as the wrestlers, and for them not to build upon the whole Demon thing. We haven't seen the Demon since TLC last year, and that match was supposed to be the payoff on the Bray Wyatt versus Finn Balor feud, but Bray Wyatt, came down with, what did he have? It was like mono, or, one of those sort of, it was something. It was the mumps, wasn't it? The mumps was getting spread around the WWE locker room when everybody was coming down sick, and was not able to work, and that's why they brought over AJ to fill out the card, because that pay-per-view really needed it, honestly, in my mind. Roman was out sick as well, and you have to have the stars there, and bringing over the guy from SmackDown to have sort of a dream match, really worked out. But we haven't seen the Demon since then, and then for them not to build upon the Demon, which is a big part of WWE. It sells a lot of figures for Finn Balor. It sells a lot of backpacks, T-shirts, and it's a gimmick that they really haven't used in months. I don't really mean to really knock it. I just really want to see the Demon. But it turns out this match is going to be The Miz against Seth Rollins. I can see on WWE right now that Finn Balor is inside the ring. I guess he's asking for a match to go down tonight. It would totally screw up this video, but it'd be pretty cool if Balor actually beat Rollins tonight on Raw. And then we would have the WrestleMania rematch of the three-way actually going down again at Backlash. A lot of people thought that the three-way was one of the best matches of WrestleMania. It was a fun way to kick off the night and get everything going in the right direction of WrestleMania 34. As of right now, for this video, I think if it pans out, I'm picking Rollins to beat The Miz. I think the fairy tale of basically The Miz winning the Intercontinental Championship and taking it back to SmackDown, I think, is done. The Superstar Shakeup, I think, got shaken up the most by Jeff Hardy beating the recently shook up Jinder Mahal for the United States Championship. Chances of Jeff Hardy, who does not have a match yet. Some people think that it's actually going to be Randy Orton either confronting him tonight or on, I guess it wouldn't be tonight, it would be on SmackDown, be Orton versus Hardy. So I don't know how people are thinking that the United States Championship is going to get moved back over to Monday Night Raw. Because I don't think they're doing Jinder versus Jeff again. So I don't really know how that's going to pan out. So I'm picking Rollins to win this one. I hope this is going to be a good one to Backlash.